Today we're going to be covering some more prehistoric horror. Now, if you guys watched the last video, a lot of these TikToks kind of, boil down to, would you rather be in the mouth of a T-Rex as he's about to chomp down, or be in the water with a mosasaur 3 seconds from just slurping you up? And they basically were all just like, would you rather die or would you rather die? It was like either that or the other TikToks where your time machine breaks down in the yada yada period and you see this, what you doing? And then it just goes through a slideshow of dinosaurs looking at you like, brother, what do you expect me to do? I'm just gonna be eaten in 3 seconds flat. Look, at the end of the day, pretty much the answer to every single prehistoric horror TikTok is, yeah, I'm gonna die. But we still gonna delve into more prehistoric horror because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Dinosaurs are just cool, all right? We can't keep away from this kind of content. Anyways, let's hop into the TikToks. POV, it's 100,000 years ago. You think you've made friends with the different people until they circle around you and look at you like this. Brother. I love how they call them the different people. Like, and I know a lot of people think that this is why the Uncanny Valley was created, was for Neanderthals. I personally think it was from like dead bodies. I think that caused it. But like, imagine just seeing a bunch of Neanderthals just like Ooga and Booga are surrounding you on both sides with spears, and they're like, now we're getting Garshuga to come in to take you out. Oh my god, dude. But that would actually be pretty scary. Dinosaur analog horror film? Bro, we gotta find this analog horror and react to this.
Beautiful.
I mean, I guess he kinda be beautiful.
I needed to get a closer look.
Uh-oh. This ain't gonna end well, bro. Also, I'm not good with my sauropod, so someone in the comments let me know which
my eyes off of it.
sauropod this is.
I'm just mesmerized.
Oh, brother, you cooked. You better start running.
Holy shit. Oh my god! Oh god!
Ah, brother, deuces. Bro, wait, okay, how did they record that? I love how you gotta have the splat for good measure, bro. Yeah, I guess just because they're herbivores doesn't mean you should just, waltz right up to them. Dude, okay, I actually love that video. When you're able to turn like an herbivore into some kind of horror creature, you know you done horror pretty well. Also, for real, those who know what type of sauropod that was, please let me know down in the comments. I haven't ascended to paleo nerd yet, all right? I'm just a mere paleo goober. I haven't evolved to my final form yet. Would you rather hide from Therizinosaurus in the woods for 1 hour? All right, brother, how big the woods? Like, okay, well, here we go. We got our first would you rather. And this, number one, seems like a straight up no. Cross the river, or this river in a canoe? Hell no, dude. You think I want to meet some Spinosaurus? 2? Brother, you got 2 of them bitches? Hell no, dude. I'm going to the next river, or I'm just turning back. Or 3, spend 24 hours in the Jurassic period? I feel like that's so open-ended that I would just choose that, bro, because, like, at least I don't have to go straight into danger. I guess the Jurassic period all around was straight danger. You and 3 friends have to fight a Maip macrothorax. I've actually never heard of this dinosaur. What? I mean, hold up. How big is this boy, though? Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? You ain't beating this boy with 10 people. What? Unless you had like something like a shotgun, and even then this boy might, who knows how fast he is. He might be able to dodge. Okay, he probably wouldn't be able to dodge a shotgun blast. But like, for real, this thing is a heckin' monster, dude. Yeah, hell no, I ain't choosing that. Jesus, POV, you slipped into a fragment of time millions of years ago. I love when I just, wail into a fragment of time that just lies under my bed. Okay, full stop. Bro, look at this. Is this not... Dude. All right, for those who've seen some of my videos, y'all might know that I have an irrational fear of Big Bird. Does this not look like the scariest form of some kind of big bird? Oh my god, that is a terrifying image. I hate that so much. All right, so we got the Quets again. Dunkleosteus, all right. Wait, hold up. Are we just... Are we just circling back through the same pictures? But for real, out of all of these images, this one, brother, I'm gonna have nightmares about this image. That is terrifying.
We were just drilling. How How are we supposed to know?
What is
Who would
this?
wake those things up? Whatever happened after the meteorite landed, it didn't kill them, it changed them. Those things,
Bro.
they aren't dinosaurs anymore. They're not even animals. They're monsters.
Bro, okay, that is a little scary, but I love how I'm just listening to this dude. It sounds like he's trying not to laugh at every single moment of talking. Bro, but like, look at these
Those
creatures.
They
Oh
aren't
my-
dinosaurs anymore. They're not even animals.
Wait, hold up. I love this. So you get a Paralophosaurus just grabbing a dude like he's, you know, just a Big Mac. And then you got this dude just staring at you from the side. Okay, that actually makes that so much creepier. But nah, dude, I love that TikTok. POV, you realize prehistoric marine life was even scarier than the life on land? Okay, I feel like that's a given. Like, look at this bad boy. Is this like the Ichthyosaur or Ichthyotitan? Look, I'm not gonna pretend to know a lot about dinosaurs. I do know a little bit. Your boy used to be a paleo nerd once upon a time, but honestly, after the Spinosaurus started undergoing so many changes, I was like, brother, why am I even learning? Why am I even learning about this stuff when shit's just gonna change every day, all right? Would you rather? Oh my god, another would you rather. Face off against a lone Cerrato? Okay, so no, I would much rather not do this, because this is just death, right? Like, straight up, unless you have like a really, really good weapon. Try to outrun a pack of Utahraptors in a wide open plain? Brother, what the fuck is this, dude? What is that image? But nah, you cooked if this is what you would choose. Or fight 5 smart Microraptors while injured in a dense forest. Okay, how smart, how dense, and how injured? Brother, this is such a vague would you rather. But you know what? Because you left it so open-ended, I'm gonna choose how injured I am. So you know what? Your boy has a little scratch right over here. Hold up, can you guys see it? Yeah, y'all can see it, all right? This is how injured you are, so not injured at all. Wait, hold up. This is how big a Microraptor is? Brother, okay, they cooked, all right? I don't care how fast they are. All it takes is one little snag, and I'm just gonna... We gonna have Microraptor smoothie by the end of the fight. Nah, dude, I'm easily choosing this option, all right? That's like one of the most easy things to choose out of all of these would you rathers. It's like not actually dying. Or fight off an enraged Giga on an open plain. Who... Okay, I'm sorry. Who in their right okay, I don't know who would choose that over 5 Microraptors. Clearly, a lot of these would you rathers are just wild in like what the options are. POV, you what the fuck is that image? That was terrifying. Okay, you slip through the fabric of time and go back to 65 million years ago. What on... Why do these guys look like goobers? Okay, I've seen that image before. Bro, wait, hold up. Let's see that first image again. What on... Bro missing his front teeth as well? I mean... Dude, I might just make this the thumbnail. This guy looks like a goofy goober, but also, you know, absolutely terrifying if you were to just... Bro, actually, this is going to make this so much more terrifying. Imagine you're like, you know, at night in bed, you know, just on your phone or something, and then you look up and you see this head just peeking around a corner. Hell no, dude. I would actually shit a brick. Actually, I'd probably just play dead. I'd be like... Just like already act like I'm dead. Would you rather 1. Walk through a dark forest at night with a silent T-Rex? No. I would rather not do that actually. So you know what? I say no to this. But that's number 1, all right? Hold for 2 times speed. Something tells me I can't do that on a computer. All right, 2, take a sip from a Dinosaur river. I mean, how big the river, bro? Because, like, if it's really large, I got a, you know, slim chance of dying, I guess. But, like, also, I would much rather not do that. 3, steal a baby from a mother Brother, why are you doing this? Okay, actually, I know exactly why you're doing this. You want a pet Triceratops? That is actually kind of a goated idea, but definitely not worth. Like, this boy gonna destroy you. Or 4, run away from a sprinting Okay, that's just death, dude. That's literally just death. Have y'all seen the movie Dinosaur? I think it was like made by Disney. These boys terrifying, bro. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm choosing the river, all right? There's like, dependent on the size of the river, there's a small chance that that creature's actually, the Dinosuchus is actually gonna be, you know, right next to me. I mean, if he is, I'm cooked though. What 9-year-old me thought would happen going outside at night? Oh my God, what are we gonna see, bro? Okay, so, oh, he just turning around? Was this a game of like flashlight tag? He's like, ah, shit. Looks like the prey spotted me. Now I can't finish my hunt, I guess. But also, hold up. Did y'all hear that rumble? That low rumble? Oh, dude, for those of you who are watching this with headphones, y'all probably just got that, you know, really low rumble feeling in your ears, dude. Would you rather, 1, spend 48 hours in the Permian? Wasn't this like the period that had like very little oxygen? Correct me if I'm wrong. Or 2, spend 8 hours at night in the Cretaceous? Brother, I think I'm gonna spend my, you know, time in the Permian period, unless it's the period with like really low oxygen. Then maybe I just try and stake it out for 8 hours, you know? Would you? Brother, we got so many would you rathers. This is what I was talking about. 1, be trapped in a cave with a sleeping T-Rex for 10 minutes. That seems like an easy choosing yes. All right, 2, attempt to escape a Dinosuchus death roll. How are you? Brother, you can't even survive a Nile crocodile death roll. How you? Okay. 3, fight off a Utahraptor with only a spear. So basically, like, you dead. I don't know how you're gonna survive that one unless you get really lucky, or fight off a Thylacoleo with 1 human accomplice of your choice. All right, I don't know how big this boy is, but he looks like he might fight like a badger, which basically means heck no, I would prefer not to fight this. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be choosing the T-Rex for this one. Like, I'm just gonna be silent, you know, just standing there, hoping that he just doesn't wake up for 10 minutes. Nah, I'll be chill with the T-Rex, bro. What you thought was the scariest dinosaur versus what actually is? Wait, hold up. So what do we think is the scariest dinosaur? Gotta be the Compy, bro. Bro, I actually got so many people in my previous video. Okay, like I don't know much about dinosaurs, but I do know that there isn't a single dinosaur that has been proven to have like poison or venom. And yet I got so many people in the comments being like, why would you ever face a Compy, dude? They're poisonous. And I feel like that's something that Jurassic Park introduced the concept of. I think that's where it started from, but in actuality, bro, Compies probably were just little things that you could just, you know, slap to this thing. Just slap to the side and they'll be like, all right, bro, my bad, and then just run off. Anyways, let's see what they say. Wait, the Maip macrothorax again. Read the full description to see how terrifying the shadow of death truly... Okay. If you got a name of the shadow of death, brother, you... What the fuck, dude? Look at this guy. Okay, he actually looked kind of menacing. Like, that boy would smile while he eats me, dude. This Maip macrothorax seems like he a menace, bro. Like, he kind of looks like raptor-like, but also just fucking large, which is, like, absolutely terrifying. POV 15 of the oh, wait, hold up. I didn't read that. POV 15 of the most terrifying creatures of all times, but no dinosaurs. Oh, here we go. We got the Dinopithecus. Okay, full stop. These things are actually terrifying. But in my previous prehistoric horror video, we actually covered the Dinopithecus at one point, and there was one point where I got its name confused, and I called it the Dinotherium accidentally. Brother, I cannot tell you the amount of freaking backlash I got for that. Like, dude, I it was like the most, you know, mundane mistake I've ever made, and people acted like I was the Antichrist for calling it a Dinotherium, bro. Like, Dinopithecus, Dinotherium. How about you go Dino hole? All right, I'm sorry. That was really mean. No, but for real, like, seriously, they sound so similar. Like, Dinopithecus, Dinotherium. I mean, cut a man some slack, bro. Anyways, Dinopithecus. I've never heard of this. Quincana forostrum, Megasotherium. I haven't heard of a lot of these. Creds. All right, I know that one. Dinofelis. Wait, hold up. I feel like I know the Dinofelis. Isn't this the no, for real, isn't this like that big cat that actively hunted prehistoric humans? I'm pretty sure this was the creature. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what this was. Yeah. Titanoboa. Jesus, bro. Hell no. Andrew Sarkis? Nah, bro. All the people named Andrew be like looking down on that guy. Direwolves. Kellenkin? Looks like a terror bird. Cave lion, bro. Dinosuchus, yeah, these boys were actually terrifying. Daeodon. All right, full stop. Daeodons are absolutely terrifying, aren't they? They're called like terror pigs or devil pigs or something. Like, look at this boy. This boy will crunch on your bones and smile and laugh about it the next day, all right? Actually, he'd be smiling and laughing about it while he's doing it. Now, these things are terrifying. Acrotherium or Arctotherium? Brother, these names are whack. You see these names? Okay, Smilodon's pretty easy to pronounce. But like, for real, you get all these prehistoric creatures that have these crazy names, and then we have creatures today that are called mouse, burb, chipmunk. I mean, clearly prehistoric creatures were given, you know, the more badass of names. Also, it says, which animals did I miss out? Brother, every single other prehistoric animal, they were all terrifying. Except compies, bro. I smacked them little boys around. All right, I think we're going to end it there, but one other thing I want to address, actually, there might be two things I want to address, but one of the other things is, in the previous video, I talked about how, you know, fighting a Velociraptor is like, you know, going to be pretty easy, and people, I feel like a lot of people don't actually know how big Velociraptors are. They're like, brother, they are 6 feet, they're just as big as a human. No, sir, 6 feet long is very different from 6 feet tall, and these little boys are 6 feet long. Like, for real, this is a Velociraptor size. Brother, they were mostly tail in their length, all right? These things, I think they were like 35 pounds, which is like half the weight of Butter, which is my dog, who I could totally beat in a fight. Now, I'm not saying Butter wouldn't be able to do serious damage. Like, I'm sure these boys, especially with their, you know, little pokey toe beans, I'm sure they could do a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, all it takes is, you know, one grab on the neck and then just a... Now your neck in the permanent shape of a U. What you doing? But now, for real, Jurassic Park definitely did a number on what people think Velociraptors are. I believe like they took like a Deinonychus and just called it a Velociraptor, but real Velociraptors, brother, those boys are so easy to beat. Okay, maybe not easy. They would definitely deal some damage, but brother, that's all I'm saying, all right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Whenever we have dinosaurs on the channel, there's always, like, for some reason, controversy, because I guess dinosaurs are just exceedingly controversial. Like, you can make it such a mundane take and people will get upset, but they are also pretty cool, so we're gonna keep covering them as long as, you know, the content doesn't get too repetitive. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.